More Dutch players. Manchester United linked with even more defenders that Ten Hag has worked with before. Double swoop on Bayern Munich's double in Matthias de Ligt and Mazraoui. Also updates on Jaden Sancho and what's going on there. A massive update in terms of what's happening with Wan-Bissaka and the price that has all of a sudden dropped through the floor. What are Manchester United thinking? We're going to get a poll going in a minute. It's Wan-Bissaka or Mazraoui. Which one would you prefer? What is better? Is Ten Hag just going with players that he just knows how to communicate with, knows how he can get his message across? He's done it with his coaching staff. He's got everyone on board now that he wants in and knows are feeding off the same plate as he is and knows what he wants. Let's see if this works this season. There's a lot of pressure on him right now, and he just surrounded himself with what he needs. So, let's get into what is going on. But first of all, guys, please make sure you give the video a like. 700 likes is a must tonight, guys. Get on that like button. Please give me them. Let's go. Let's get to it. And let's get supporting the free content by subscribing to Forever United TV. You can see it there, guys. 118 away from the 50k. Now, it's a push to get there tonight, but at least give it a try. If you're tuning in for the first time, hit the subscribe button. Let's go. Let's get into the content. I'm Adam, this is Forever United TV, and we're starting off with what is happening with Manchester United's bid of Matthias de Ligt. And alongside that now, according to many reports from Sky Germany as well, Florian Plettenberg has been all over this one in terms of Manchester United bidding on Mazraoui from Bayern Munich, the right back. Let's get into what has been said. So, here we go. That was a mouthful, that one, wasn't it? Manchester United and West Ham exploring a deal to sign Mr Mazraoui. First concrete talks took place. Mazraoui is at the top of the list for both clubs and he's keen to play in the Premier League. The 26-year-old right-back can leave Bayern Munich now. Originally, they demanded €30 million. However, the market does not support this amount now. Bayern pushing to get 20 to 25. More realistic price is 15 to 20 million euros, all in. Contract valid until 2026, i.e. his contract is up in 2 years. Bayern looking to do a deal now. If United can get him for 15 million euros and try and push Wan-Bissaka the other way, then that is what they are going to do. But it's a tough one to actually decide on, to be honest. It is a tough one because, like, better the devil you know, maybe. And Wan-Bissaka, although limited, is he not better than Mazraoui? Like, I look at it and I go, yeah, are we just trying to fill gaps right now? Are we just trying to fill gaps? Mazraoui, honestly, I've not watched loads of him. I don't think he's an outstanding right back. I don't think it's one of them that you get off your seat for. The price tag says it all. Are we not replacing one right back of the same standard with another one? Are we not better going, like I said, with the devil you know and actually keeping Wan-Bissaka there in place? And right now, for me, that just looks like... And you know what? He's the Moroccan international. He's dual nationality. I'll give you 2 guesses to what his second nationality is. I'll give you 2 guesses who Bayern brought him off and who he's actually managed, who he's worked on under management before. Yeah, you guessed it. Again, honestly, with this, I don't want to like go down the road of like sort of digging out Ten Hag a little bit. And if anyone tells me that these are not Ten Hag signings, good God, go give your head a wobble. Matthias de Ligt, Mazraoui, both playing at Ajax, both come from Ajax. And both Dutch, one's full on Dutch, one's half nationality is Dutch as well. It's like, oh my God, and the picture of him in there and Bayern training's in a bleeding orange bib as well. It's like the writing's on the wall. It's like another double Dutch title in a way, isn't it? It's a crazy scenario right now at Manchester United. It really is. And Ten Hag seems to be... Ten Hag seems to be just in a very powerful position. I personally don't see Ineos giving the go-ahead on this deal. Like, Ten Hag has said, like, they have to be on board with everything. Like, Florian Plettenberg has come out from Sky Germany and said that this is a dead cert. Both teams, top of their list. Mazraoui from Bayern Munich, that's who they want. Honestly, I would keep Wan-Bissaka. And everyone knows I've got issues with Wan-Bissaka, and I've always known that he's going to be flogged on. But if reports are right, and Florian Plettenberg again has come out and said that Manchester United are desperately trying to move Wan-Bissaka on now to a point where they're going to lower the price for Wan-Bissaka to 10 bleeding million. Seriously, this is a 20 million minimum right back in Wan-Bissaka. He has got limitations, but don't take the piss. Seriously, this is not and does not sound like anything that Ineos have been doing so far. It's like the United of old in trying to bring in a player that is of the same quality. For me, anyway. I mean, you guys tell me, if you watch more of Mazraoui and you think he's better than Wan-Bissaka in different departments, go ahead, honestly. But if the man is 10 million euros, Wan-Bissaka is more than him. Wan-Bissaka is used to the Premier League. He's younger. He knows what's coming. It's like Mazraoui never played in the Premier League. It's the unknown again. Would you not rather just keep Wan-Bissaka for another year and let him go for free, for God's sake, and get back in the Champions League? Should we not be putting football first in deals like this and taking nothing away from Mazraoui at all? I'm not, honestly. I don't want to. And it's now we're in a position where, do you know what? Again, Manchester United just looking to appease Ten Hag in a way here. He's saying that this guy is going to take Manchester United forward into the Champions League. Again, it's another player that a big team wants to get rid of because he cannot cut it at the top level. So why are we bringing him in when we need to be getting into that top? Honestly, it makes no sense to me, this deal. I would rather go in for Matthias de Ligt and then wait. I'd keep Wan-Bissaka and sell him on a free before letting him go for 10 million. There's no point. We'd get more than 10 million and being back in the Champions League. And I guarantee Wan-Bissaka will give us more in strength and depth. Mazraoui isn't even going to be our number one. We know Dalot is our number one right back. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is second to him. We know this. Dalot is one of the most improved players at Manchester United. I don't think anyone can argue with that. And Erik ten Hag has got the best out of him. One of the few players that he has done, that he's come in, that was already there, and he's got more out of him. So you have to say that relationship works. Dalot is always going to be fit. And as long as we've got people on the left-hand side covering there, then Dalot is always going to be there and Wan-Bissaka is going to be number two. Should we not just keep him and then wait it out? And then next season, when we're in the Champions League, we've got a little bit more money. We can then look at bringing in a right back then. But honestly, that's what it is. And it's, for me, I just look at it and go, it's a silly story. Honestly, Plettenberg actually saying that this is genuine, it's confusing in a way because it just doesn't seem like a normal Manchester United signing this summer. It doesn't look like it at all. And yeah, it'd have to be someone better than Wan-Bissaka. I don't know if Mazraoui is an upgrade. That's what I'm saying. And you guys tell me. You tell me. But yeah, in terms of the Matthias de Ligt thing, we covered that earlier on today. Both of them players right now. Are United trying to do a deal where they get both in at a package price and that works better for them and Bayern Munich? Two players out the door. Maybe they're trying to get that price down for Mazraoui. So, say for instance, Manchester United bid 50 million and get both of these players or something like that. Is that the angle that United are going in at? Why are we so desperate to get rid of Wan-Bissaka? I honestly, like, in that final against Manchester City, he was the one that was nullifying, really, the only threat. And Doku was that threat in that final. We've seen Wan-Bissaka pocket many players before. I'm bigging up all his good points here. I know what his bad ones are. And you've all got me on loads of videos talking up where Wan-Bissaka fails and why he's actually leaving the football club or why he's on the list to leave Manchester United. We know why. He's limited going forward. I think he's susceptible to a high line, not staying in line with the defence. He's crap in the air. And I just think everything looks a little bit last-ditch with him. He never looks in control. But, again, yeah, like, you know he can do a job for you at least. So, yeah, I'm a bit thingy with that one. I'm not completely convinced by Mazraoui. That's it. That's probably my stance on it. And I don't think, like, why would we even... he's literally been bought in as a number two. That's all you could say. If Wan-Bissaka goes, we know we've got our number one right back in Dalot. So really, some people could argue the point against me and say, look, we've only bringing him in for a number two. And if he is like 10 million euros as part of a package with De Ligt, why are we bothered? Well, yeah, there's a fair point there. I could argue that back. And I think that is... it's not a bad deal. I know that's not a bad deal. I just look at it and think, wow, like, are we literally just trying to do this to get De Ligt over at a better price and get someone else in on the deal? Is this just a natural ploy and a transfer tactic from Ineos in doing all of this? Don't know. we'll see. There could be more to it yet down the line. But let's get into the chat and see what you guys think of this one, actually. Get your comments in now, guys. We've got plenty to talk on tonight, so now's your chance to get your comments in. Oh, Mazraoui, Wan-Bissaka, the Ligt, and that sort of deal that we're talking there. He is very injury prone. Please no. Wan-Bissaka is a great one-on-one defender. Trent for the Scum is nowhere near as good a defender. Just saying, he isn't, but Wan-Bissaka's poor going forward, where Trent is brilliant. Wan-Bissaka has more to give than Mazraoui, says Kieran. Selling Bissaka is a huge mistake, says KD. Unless we get someone decent in replacing him. Barbara says, have to have some stability. Look what happened at Chelsea with a bunch of strangers. As in, like, keeping Wan-Bissaka on a little, just so you've got some know-how there, Babs, in that. Like, don't get rid of everyone all in one go. I think that's where you're going with that one. We should just pay 65 million for Agate and keep Wan-Bissaka, says Kieran. Jay says, Wan-Bissaka strikes fear into every left-handed sided attacker he come up against. They swap wings because of him. We should keep him. He is a great one-on-one defender, isn't he, Wan-Bissaka? He does have that quality about him. He is great at that. And you have to say, look, yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna get a poll up. I'm gonna get Kaz to put a poll up actually for me now. Wan-Bissaka or Mazraoui? You tell me, guys. Which one is better? I'll get that poll up in a minute. Keep liking the video as well, guys. Already well over 160. A few of you have subscribed who are new. We are on the march to 50k. We are 113 away from that magical mark. Please subscribe to make sure that you are in the know with everything going on with Manchester United. We cover it live 3 times a day. Early morning roundup show at 8, 12 o'clock, and then tonight as we are now at 6:30. Every manager does this. I don't know what he's doing. As in, what? Like, or bringing players they know. Current to the kids, other clubs, leftovers. We should be steering away from these transfers. Seen it all before. Wan-Bissaka is good bench option, best one-on-one defender in the league, says Wande. Yeah, all valid points, guys. They really are. Adam, it's full. You lads, stop this player FC thing. Why, when average British players are being put up for sale, are you people always crying? Wan-Bissaka is average, and we need to respect what the club is doing. Yeah, we respect what the club's doing, Craig. We do, mate. But let's be honest. Mazraoui, another player that has never played in the Premier League before. Like, is it not just worth keeping Wan-Bissaka as a number 2 as what he is? That's what I'm saying. If we're going to bid 10 million for Mazraoui, would you not rather put that 10 million to make sure that you secure the services of someone more important rather than a second right back? That's what I'm saying. That's the reality of it. Nothing else. Nothing else. We're not saying that Wan-Bissaka is better. We're not saying Mazraoui is better in any of that. I just feel like it's a valid debate. And I'll put the poll up now, so let's see how that goes and see how people vote on that. The poll is up, guys. Get voting. You guys are going like the clappers on that. Cheers, guys. Keep them coming in. Right. A couple more comments before we move on to the next section. Let's just see now. If Luke Shaw or Malacia were fit last season, how much of Wan-Bissaka would we have really seen? Not a lot post-life is the answer to that. Luke Casey, good to see you, Luke. I like Wan-Bissaka, but if he is one of a few players in the squad who actually has some value to sell. Apparently not, though, mate, because United are lowering the price to 10 million. That's another question, guys. Like, the poll is up. Decide on the 2 right-backs for me. But is Aaron Wan-Bissaka at least more than 10 million quid, which is now the story coming out about what Manchester United are looking to sell him for? They are desperate, it seems, to get rid of him. Why are we so desperate to get rid of Wan-Bissaka? Is 10 million going to make a difference in this season's transfer window? That's what you've got to ask as well. How far is that going to take Man United, honestly? Just to get rid of him. His wages are not astronomical. He's great backup. And for one more season, like 10 million now, or nothing next summer and be in the Champions League. Because I think him as a second backup to Dalot, I think Manchester United have got great depth there. Great depth. So, yeah, I understand. Look, if you sell Wan-Bissaka, you're pretty much getting in someone else for the same price who may be better at understanding what Ten Hag wants. I get it. I do. I get that. Like, Ten Hag wants people in place that he trusts. He knows his system. That's maybe why we're looking at Mazraoui and De Ligt as well. There's no real excuse then for his message to be mislaid or misunderstood. With all the coaching staff and everyone else he's got in charge with him right now, it all works well in his favour, and we should be looking like a better outfit going forward. Okay, yeah, it was great listening to Lenny Yoro in that interview earlier on, guys, especially the line when he said Manchester United, the greatest club in the world. That was fantastic. Well done, Rio Ferdinand, in what he did in all of that. A lot of people have got opinions about Ferdinand. I've had my piece on him. Sometimes I think he talks complete garbage, but he has played a serious role in bringing Lenny Yoro to Manchester United. The conversation he had with him for like 10 minutes about signing for United and convincing him to come, like, wow, yeah, that needs some credit on Ferdinand. It does. Like, due's where it's due. And Ferdinand did play his part in this. 200 likes already, guys. Smashing it. And that is, 15 minutes into the show. Keep them coming. Let's see if we can get close to that 500 live mark again, guys. 500 likes while we're live. I said we want, 700 for the show? You're well and truly on the way. Just creeping up to around the 750 in the room with us now. Loving it. Keep the comments coming in. This is our full-on interactive show, guys. Your chance to get all your comments across. Neil has done that. A lot of Pool's success was Andy and Trent as fullbacks. Way better than where we are. Fullbacks are important. If we had Luke Shaw fit for a full season, I do agree with what Ten Hag was saying. He was a big miss. Then I think we'd have a lot more stability. We would. But we can't rely on that. Depth is good. Depth is very good. You can rotate. And when you do have injury crises, like we have had through seasons at different parts, then someone like Wan-Bissaka with the Premier League know-how, I just think he's good. Yes, there is a story around Van der Sar as well as another full-back option at right-back. So it does look like we are saying bye-bye to Wan-Bissaka. There's too much... there's no smoke without fire, and there's too much noise going on right now regarding Manchester United looking at other right-backs. We've been linked with 4 already now this summer, and 2 that have just popped on the scene in Mazraoui and Van der Sar as well. So United really are looking like pushing him out. If they have dropped the price to 10 million, then they do look a bit desperate in trying to get rid of Wan-Bissaka. So yeah, let's see it play out. I expected an update. West Ham have cooled their interest in Wan-Bissaka. Maybe Manchester United going down to 10 is enough for them to take him. I mean, Jesus, if you cannot take Wan-Bissaka for 10 million, then there's serious problems, isn't there? There really is. Like, there's something wrong with him if West Ham won't take that. That's like gifting it away. That's like giving them a player. But, hey, his wages, are they going to be... is someone like Mazraoui going to be on less wages? Probably. I don't see Ineos bringing in someone like that who's of the same sort of calibre and then, what, going to be on more wages? I can't see it. I really can't. So he won't be on a lot. I don't think we should just fork out the cash for Mazraoui and get stuck with an average player for another few years. I'd rather keep Bissaka and scout someone that can do a proper job. True. I agree with that. Super chat in from Glenn. Thank you, Glenn. We need to remember the player's wishes too. For all we know, he is pushing to go. It's like Fred last year, where they extended purely to sell. We knew, like I said, as soon as the extension came in, we knew he was going to be sold. But is there better out there? Honestly, I would say, look, give us one more year and you can go for free and choose wherever you want to go. He's got plenty of time on his hands. I think that's a sensible option for me. New member in the house is Joycey. Thank you, my friend, for joining up. Madred1. Love that. Thank you, buddy. Nearly 250 likes in the room and creeping up to 800. Keep sharing the video. Let's get them numbers up, guys. We are creeping ever closer to that 50k subscriber mark. We are, 105 away now. Tick tock, tick tock. It's getting closer. Oh, my God. I've whipped my bollocks off to get to this mark. It's going to be a mega day. And, guys, don't forget, I have mentioned it, but we are doing a 50k giveaway. One of the new Manchester United shirts, courtesy of the kit man, will be going to the person that gets the most likes or most response to one of the comments on the next 3 live videos. Well, the 3 videos that go out on the day we hit 50k, all combined, if your comment has got more likes than everybody else's, so you'll have to make it a good comment, you are going to be the winner and the recipient of one of the new Manchester United jerseys. You choose home, second or third kit. It's up to you. They're all available, courtesy of the kit man. That will be going to you as a 50k giveaway. When we hit 50 subscribers, there will be 3 live shows as normal. It's more than likely going to be tomorrow. We will see. Just as I said that, people have unsubscribed because you're all idiots. Done it out of spite. Look at you, you saddos. We've got plenty of proper subscribers here on this channel, though. So, yeah, they're the ones that I'm talking to right now. So, we have got the choice of 3 Manchester United shirts for the person whose comment gets the most response out of all 3 videos. So, you can put a comment in on all 3. If yours does well in one of the 3 videos, then you will be the winner of the prize. I will keep you updated as the day goes along anyway, as it comes, but I fully expect to be hitting 50k tomorrow at the latest. I would have loved it tonight, but we just may have a bit too much to climb and trying to get another 100 subscribers before the night's over. But yes, guys, that's what we're going to be doing. There will be a United shirt going to one of the subscribers, and it's going to be probably at the latest tomorrow. So on tomorrow's 3 live streams, make sure you're tuned in. Grab your opportunity. All you've got to do is comment on the video once the live is finished, and then let's see how well you do. If you get more likes or more response than anybody else's, it's yours, and we'll announce the winner the following day. So get to it, guys. Right, moving on. Now, before we heard all about Jaden Sancho and that bid from PSG. PSG apparently now have Jaden Sancho on their wish list. Now, everybody's waiting around with, like, who has broke this news? Which source does it come from? Fabrizio Romano was reportedly early on in the day as well saying that he's not sure and it doesn't look like there's any traction in this. Well, since then, Romano has come out and said that indeed Jaden Sancho is on the list for PSG. It's all about what Manchester United do now, what they want, and if they want to keep Jaden Sancho. Honestly, if you're asking me right now what I think is going to happen, if a opportunity comes around, I said it earlier on today, Jaden Sancho is walking out of Manchester United. I don't think Ten Hag, even if he has made up with Jaden Sancho, would walk away from this opportunity. It is the perfect opportunity for somebody to, for Manchester United to get rid of Jaden Sancho. And now Romano has come in and said this as well and backed this up fully. Manchester United are in a position where they can get rid of Jaden Sancho. If they make it an offer appealing enough to Paris Saint-Germain to take him off their hands, then here we go. That's what's going to be happening. How much or what the offer is, we do not know. We'll have to wait and see what Manchester United do with it. But it's there and it can happen for Manchester United if we want. Ruud van Nistelrooy has been bigging up Xavi Simons as well, and talking about him. We know that Manchester United are looking at that deal as well, and everything around PSG and trying to, like we talked about the double hit with Mazraoui and Matthijs de Ligt coming to Manchester United from Bayern. Could we do a double-double in getting 2 players from the same club twice? Because that is what is on the cards right now for United. It really is. You've got Xavi Simons there, which is we know how good he is. We know what he's all about. We know what he can bring to Manchester United. I think it's a no-brainer if we get him on loan, definitely. We know what Agate is and what he's all about. Manchester United want him in. Jaden Sancho goes a long way to getting both of them players over the line. So even if Manchester United go in and say, look, Jaden Sancho's worth this much and PSG turn it down, and then we come back and we've got them wanting to, they want to actually pay less for Jaden Sancho than the value of Manuel Agate. Say, for instance, they say, we'll knock 30 million off the price of Manuel Agate for Jaden Sancho. Would you take it? Manchester United have a lot of decisions to make, and they have to sort of work around what is needed right now. Sancho, as well as yeah, his relationship might have improved with Ten Hag. He still has to go. And it is one massive wage off the wage bill. It is. You could get Manuel Ugarte and Xavi Simons in at Manchester United for less than what Jaden Sancho has been paid a week now. Let that just sink in. That is absolutely crazy. It just goes to show how shit Manchester United was run before. And that news as well, like I've talked about it before regarding the Mason Greenwood situation. That's come out about Mason Greenwood and that clause in that contract that Getafe get 20%. Now, I brought it up and everyone came back at me saying, no, it was only 20% if Mason Greenwood sold while he was under the loan period at Getafe. Now, there's more reports today saying that we have to give 20% of that 27 million of Mason Greenwood back to Getafe. If this is the case, like seriously, if anyone was trying to big up Arnold and Murto beforehand, this is the clincher of how inept and how pathetic they were at their jobs. The situation we're in right now. Honestly, and it's the same with Jaden Sancho and his wages. Like no one else was bidding on Sancho at the time, but we wanted to give him the world and pay more money than anyone else has paid for anyone else in that position before. Like when no one else is bidding, why are you even going that high? It's crazy, it's ludicrous, but you just look at what we've got right now in the structure, and you guys heard what Dan Ashworth said earlier on in talking about everything and what the mission is for Manchester United. They will not stop working until Manchester United are back challenging for the top honours again. That is what their mission is at Manchester United. That's what their aim is. And do you know what? I don't doubt them one bit. Like they will not stop until Manchester United are back at the top. That's what he said. And it's refreshing. It's like he said in it also. He said, look, we have got to work instantly. We've not wasted any time in getting to work. No, they haven't. I mean, look what they've had to do so far. And they've done it with aplomb as well. So, yeah, I look at it. I'm really encouraged at the moment by what's happening. And what we've got to remember as fans as well. It's why I'm not sort of losing it a little bit. Like, yeah, I had a little bit of a moan about the Wan-Bissaka thing, but I always knew in the back of my mind that Manchester United would have to take some hits this summer on fees, on certain prices. Look, you're going to have to cut your losses, cut your cloth according, essentially, because we are dealing with that shit that was there before and the mess that they left behind. And we're slowly chipping away at it. We're slowly getting rid of the high earners, getting rid of the prima donnas, the players that really just want to be there for that paycheck. We're getting players in that want to play for United. You've got a young 18-year-old who thinks United are the best club in the world, who's turned down Real Madrid for Manchester United within a week of Man United going in for him. That's what Manchester United are again now. They're a real powerhouse when it comes to transfer windows. So I look at it and I go, it's only a positive and it's only going to get better for Manchester United. But we are going to have to take some short-term loss, I think, to get the long-term game. Not going to happen. Utterly wouldn't it be great if PSG took both Sancho and Rashford off our hands? Two Uddy troublemakers out. I like it, Babs. I know where you're coming from. It would be the ideal world, wouldn't it? Louis says, I pray we don't get Ligt. He's a clumsy big guy with great marketing. Oh, that was a bit of a mixed bag there, that one. KD says, man in the staff, it makes sense. Man in the staff, it makes sense. One style of play with everyone aligned in philosophy. No more restarting everything off a manager leaves. Sort of get what you mean there. It's like carry on where you left off. Everyone knows what Ten Hag's mission is. You bring in players that are in line with that, and it makes the job easier. I sort of get where you're going with that one. We do have another super chat in, and that is from our man Stu, who says we are now on 49.9 subscribers. Guys, we are 96 away from the big 5k. 96 away from the big 5k, and then it ruined it by going to 94 away from the big K. It still rhymes though, doesn't it? But yeah, cheers Stu for that one. Guys, get on it. We are doing amazing. You're actually giving it a real good go to get as close as we possibly can to 50k tonight. I love it. This community, is this community not the best? It is. Guys, I want more votes on the Mazraoui and Wan-Bissaka poll. Oh, there's only a few of you who've actually voted. There's well more people in the actual chat than there is who's voted on this poll. Get on it now, guys. Who would you prefer? Mazraoui or Wan-Bissaka? Guys in the chat, if you're playing catch-up later, watching this back on a normal video on YouTube, you let me know who you think is better. We've had over 500 votes, and 55% of you at the moment are going with Mazraoui as the better option. Can you tell me why? We'll get in the chat. Let me know. David says, I want Sancho to stay, and Sancho and Ahmad are the only creative wingers we have in our squad. But what if Sancho went and you got Simons in, David? I'll counter you with that one. And Garnacho, are you forgetting him? Come on. Don't disrespect him that much. I mean, some people do think that Garnacho is overhyped. I get it. I do. But I tell you what, if you're at a game, you need to watch how much that kid works. And his decision-making is getting better. He's still raw, let's not forget. He's 19. I mean, seriously, when you're putting up the numbers and you're getting in that international squad and in that Argentina team at that age, you're only going to get better. So let's not overcook him a little bit for mistakes that he's making. Raymond, Adam, as you know, sometimes it's better the devil you know. 10 million for Obi Wan-Bissaka is mental. It's cheap, mate, innit? I do agree it's cheap. Like, I am not Wan-Bissaka's biggest fan. Everybody knows it. I've said it on this stream alone a few times already. But 10 million, that's taking the piss. It is. You can get more than that. Are we that desperate to try and save, throw away 5 million? If you're going to throw away 5 million, I'd throw away 10 and not take any bids and keep him in the squad. I would. But I do believe, and I do stand by, I think Mazraoui and De Ligt is a tactic United are putting in to try and sweeten up Bayern Munich to get this deal over the line with De Ligt as well. They know they need another right back in. If we can get both in for a fixed fee price done, and we can make the deal happen with Agate and Simons, I think United's summer's done. I think that is it. I think that's all you're going to get. We're going to sell everyone else that we possibly can, and that will be United. Now, there is stories as well. I'm going to go through the other headlines for you guys now. There is more stories regarding Manchester United revisiting Amrabat. Now, we found out yesterday United are not willing to buy Amrabat. They're not going to do the sell option, the buy option, sorry. And that's because we may go back in for Sofian Amrabat with another loan offer. Let's not forget, Ten Hag has been bigging up Toby Collier as well. And he is expected to play a role in midfield this season. So Agate in. If we got there Casemiro, and it's debatable whether or not we actually get Scott McTominay out the door or not. You've got Scott there. Obviously, you've got Mainu there as well. You've got plenty there. If you bring in like Collier there to that, and then possibly a loan for Sofian Amrabat, the strength in depth is there, and that's more than enough to get Man United in the top four. There's zero excuses there, and it's down to Ten Hag then. Football Insider is saying that Manchester United will open fresh talks with Manuel Agate this week. I mean, seriously, if that's not the most obvious headline ever, then I don't know what is. Sky Sports, if you weren't around earlier on, I've said that Manchester United are in for Fofana. There is a deal that can be done for around about 17 to 20 million quid for the Monaco midfielder. So, interesting there. Youssef Fofana, that is, to make sure everyone is clear on that one. So, let's just see. If things go wrong with Agate, then you just don't know. The report on Amrabat has come in. I'm talking about that Man United may go back in for another loan. I think that's come from... where's that report come from? No, it's come from the Italian publication. So from Fiorentina's side, I think they're saying that Agate wants to go back to United. Obviously, the Vanderson story as well as a possible make weight for Aaron Wan-Bissaka cover there. That story is out there as well. Obviously, Hugo and Vitek will be going out on loan again this season. That was another story that came out. Van Nistelrooy on Simons. We know pretty much everything else. We spoke about it earlier on today regarding all the small deals with everything. But yeah, the biggest one was obviously Bruno Fernandes earlier on today. We talked about Manchester United possibly having to entertain offers for him, but ROMANO has actually come out and said that PSG are not actively looking to take Bruno Fernandes this summer. They are admirers of Bruno Fernandes, and that's as far as it goes. Bruno is going nowhere. PSG do not want to entertain, or Man United won't entertain anything, and PSG are not even looking. So we can put that to bed instantly. The big news was basically about the double hit for De Ligt and Mazraoui. They're the ones that Manchester United are looking at right now. And it's, again, I think it's 2 package deals. That's what we're looking at. There's nothing else really that you can sort of say is stand out in any of this in terms of like why we're doing it, why Manchester United need to get Mazraoui in. I just think Mazraoui is part of the De Ligt deal. Honestly, that's my opinion on it. We have a mega super chat in from Ian. Ian, absolute legend. Thank you so much. Are we any closer to getting De Ligt, and who else are we offloading? That's from Ian. Super chat. Thank you so much, mate. Really appreciate that, buddy. I really appreciate all of your donations on the channel as well. We are 90 subscribers away from the magical 50k, guys. It is moving ever, ever closer. It's quite nerve-wracking, to be honest. Big landmark incoming. So, in terms of what Ian was saying there, what is happening with De Ligt? I pretty much just said it before, mate. In terms of Manchester United are now looking to do a double package, double bid for Mazraoui, the right back at Bayern Munich, and Matthias De Ligt, centre back. Trying to package it up to get both players through the door. Moving Wan-Bissaka on the cheap, as low as 10 million. It's gone stale on Scott McTominay. Looks like Ten Hag wants to keep him. Casemiro has gone cold with Saudi. He's happy to stay. Possibly bringing in Amrabat on loan again. And actively trying to move on Hannibal, Palestre and Victor Lindelof. We can actually say that the 4 players, first team-ish to sort of just on the fringe players that are going to be leaving for definite this summer, Lindelof, Hannibal, Palestre, Wan-Bissaka. They look like the goals. Now, obviously, we're not writing off, and United won't write off Maguire, Casemiro and Scott McTominay out of all of this, but still, it's going to take some significant bidding to get them players out of Manchester United. That's what we're being told. That's what's being said in all of the reports. United want Agate, they want Simmons, they want Mazraoui, they want De Ligt. If we get them 4 done, which we can get done and are affordable to Manchester United, as long as Jaden Sancho leaves to PSG, then I think all 4 of them are more than possible. And that basically is your sort of players out, players in situation right now at Manchester United. Guys, get your comments in. Let me know what you think on that. Let's have a bit of communication with you guys now and see what you're saying. 10-hour football is about high back line, the fullbacks who are happy to join in the attack and hit crosses. For example, Wan-Bissaka is best defensively and in a low back line. That's why I prefer Mazraoui. Get that. I totally get that. I like people coming back with an explanation as to why we might be bringing Mazraoui in. Casemiro and Maguire are going to be hard to shift. Yeah, Maguire's going to be gone for free, I think, next year. That's how it looks at the moment. Got your truncheon out fully tonight, Gray. Oh, sorry, that's someone actually. Has someone being naughty in the chat? People being kicked out, I see, or something like that. It's always Gray, isn't it? He's the boss inside the chat right now. Mark says, maybe do the stats comparison video on players we are looking at. De Ligt versus Bramford, etc. Age, past, juries, experience, etc. Against what we have. I mean, there's no real point, mate, is there? Like, stats are stats. And stats can be driven to push any agenda. I always say this. I'm not a massive stats person. I know what I see. The eye test is the best for me. It's all going to be around what happens when that player puts that red shirt on. You can do all the recruitment under the sun. You can look at all the technical ability, all of the stats, everything that is a plus point. But the one thing that Manchester United players need to have is this. And that's one thing that Ruud van Nistelrooy, by the way, has said and bigged up Xavi Simons with more than anything else. All of his attributes. The 40-odd goal contributions while he played under him. the goals that he got in the Euros, I think the 20-odd goal contributions he had for RB Leipzig in the Bundesliga last season, none of it mattered. The one thing that impressed Ruud van Nistelrooy the most about Xavi Simons was his mentality, the maturity beyond his years. That's what Manchester United players need. Ruud van Nistelrooy knows what a Manchester United player is. He knows the pressures of being a Manchester United player. And when he sees something, hopefully, he is the man that is going to tell the likes of Ten Hag and Dan Ashworth and Wilcox and Berardi if necessary and put his input in. And this structure has to work this way. If there's a player there that somebody at the football club knows has got the right mentality. It's like beforehand when Solskjaer was talking about Haaland, sign him up. No, we've sort of got our scouts everywhere else. You've got to listen to people who have played the game as well. You have to listen to that one remark, that one person who says, watch this guy. At least listen to what he's got to say. Even if it's not on the agenda, sometimes a gem will come out of nowhere. And we've got an opportunity to get Xavi Simons on loan for nothing this season. And that will help massively for Manchester United getting back into the Champions League. There's the fee paid for instantly near enough going into next summer. A loan with an obligation to buy if he hits a certain target, i.e. Manchester United get back in the Champions League, then we will buy Xavi Simons permanently next summer. That's what Manchester United should be doing for me. That's where we should be going with it. But yeah, I feel like Ruud van Nistelrooy, if he had his say, he would be pushing Manchester United's board all the way over to Xavi Simons and making sure that that deal happens. Over 400 live likes. Guys, you have done an amazing job tonight. Push them likes as much as you can before we finish up. Let's get some more remarks from you guys. The Muppet Show. Wan-Bissaka may be pushing for a move because he wants more first-team football. And would the likes of Frimpong even want to play second fiddle to Dalot? Perhaps that's why United are looking at Mazraoui. That's exactly what I said before, Muppet Show. Like, we are buying a number 2. That's all Mazraoui is. And if you're buying a number 2 for 10 million euros, then yeah, you can see why we're doing it. We're taking him off Bayern's hands, who need to sell to buy themselves, therefore trying to package it and sweeten this deal up for them to let De Ligt go at the price that they want. They know what they're getting. Ten Hag knows what he's getting. They've probably looked at this as an option and a tactic in the transfer window, and that's what they're going with. That's the only reason I could see Man United going for someone like Mazraoui. It's like Ten Hag knows him. He knows he can rely on him if Dalot falls away, and it's more than adequate cover for what we need in terms of, like what the comment said a minute ago, in Ten Hag football and how he wants to play. If it is all about the fullbacks, they need to offer a lot more going forward, and Mazraoui may offer a bit more than what Wan-Bissaka does. So we'll see on that one, and we'll see how that develops. But I do believe that that is what's happening with De Ligt and Mazraoui. I think it's a full package for both, to be honest. And hopefully we can, if it does get De Ligt over the line, we've then got full cover for the back line. Like, honestly, there's no one else need to be bought. Like, you could argue left back with Amas coming through, Luke Shaw being fit again. I don't know how long for. I know it's a risk, but if Malacia, after his operation, now his recovery is coming back, he's training now properly again, then we should have enough. Like, let's not forget, we've got Dalot to cover the left if needed, and Mazraoui is there for that reason as well if the left back falls out. What is the priority? We're lighter on the right than we are on the left in terms of personnel. That's a fact. We need one more centre-back at least. And obviously we've got Luke Shaw to come in at left centre-back if desperately needed. Evans is signed up. Lindelof will be gone. I think that's enough. I think that is enough. It should be enough. What the hell? It's definitely a stronger squad than what we had last season anyway. It 100% is. Let's see where we're at with this vote. Mazraoui or Wan-Bissaka? The more we talk about this and what Ten Hag wants and what we're looking at, the more Mazraoui goes further away in the poll. We're at 780 votes. Let's see if we can get that near 1,000, guys. Come on, everyone in the chat right now, put a vote in on the poll. Mazraoui or Wan-Bissaka? Who do you prefer? Wan-Bissaka at 42%, 58% on Mazraoui right now. So, yeah, that's looking like a bit of a landslide at the moment. Gehern, I've missed that there. Sorry, mate. It's just gone off my screen. Hey, Adam, your transfer dreams are getting crazy, especially your pricing on your rejected players on massive salaries. Nobody wants them, so suck on it. Suck it up. Cheers. Leslie Dennis. That's Dennis. No, sorry, I'm not taking that comment, mate. If you know, you know. My prices. I'm sure I was quoting Sky Germany or Fabrizio Romano. So yeah, suck on it yourself. Suck it up, or should I say, swivel? Cheers for the comment anyway, mate. We like the banter as well as the sensible comments. Graham's in the chat. Hello, Graham. Never understood the signing of Wan-Bissaka, a player from another time. United clearly can't get the big fee for him. Well, the game has changed, and the Premier League is a different ballgame altogether now. So, yeah, looking at that, you would say that Graham's probably looking at what other clubs are taking away from Wan-Bissaka's game and what it can offer. Like United buying him for 50 million back in the day, and then a few years down the line, it's just like regression has been ridiculous to a point where we're trying to push him out the door for 10 million. This goes to show where Man United's recruitment used to be. Nowhere, basically. But yeah, guys, that is your show for this evening. That is everything covered. Let's finish up the poll and see where we're at. Just under 850 votes on the poll, and it's Mazraoui takes it away with 58% of the votes. Yes, it was 41%. That's YouTube's calculator going tits up again there, it would seem. I thought he did well while he was here, Robert. I'm not sure what that's about, Cornish Maid, but guys, thank you very much. All super chats, new members, renewed members as well, mods and current members. Thank you so much, everybody. Great show again. Great interactions in the live chat. Get your comments in below, guys. Remember, tomorrow we should be hitting the magical 50k. And every single live stream tomorrow, the person whose comment out of all three of them live streams gets the most interactions, i.e. likes and responses, wins a Manchester United jersey of their choice for the forthcoming season. Home kit, the second kit, or the third kit. You choose one of them if your comment hits the mark in any of tomorrow's, because I'm expecting it to happen tomorrow. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go straight away with the morning show, the update show. You could get a comment in there which hits. It could be the midday or it could be the evening show. We'll add them all up because we're hoping by tomorrow we're definitely going to be over 50k. We're only 83 away, guys. So it's going to happen, isn't it? Tell me it's going to happen, everybody. Tell me it's going to happen. And yeah, there you go. That is us all finished, guys. So, yeah, before we finish, just want to say a massive thank you again. I couldn't have done this or built a channel without you guys. It is our fully interactive channel. Everyone's involved. The community here on FUTV is immense. You always have been from the start. The mods, fantastic. You are doing an unbelievable job. And we're moving on, onwards and upwards. And yes, let's get to it. 8 o'clock in the morning, we'll be live, guys, with your morning updates. I've got a feeling I might have quite a bit to talk about. And we'll cover everything and make it happen. It's going to be one of them mad weeks. It really is. But yeah, let's go, guys. Right, we're at it. We're done. Thank you, everybody. Amazing show, as always. And I will see you all bright and early in the morning. Like, share, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, guys. It's free content all the way. You don't want to miss out on any Man United news.